What up, YouTube? This video was taken on this Friday afternoon, July 14th, 2023. Time right now is 1:44 p.m. And I got a package today, and it's a video monitor that I picked up on sale for Prime Day. And I wanted to film this unboxing because one of my most popular videos here on YouTube is me unboxing a Samsung video monitor 10 years ago. And this video monitor is going to replace that one. So let me take you over to the next room and kind of talk about a follow-up to that video monitor I've had for 10 years. Okay, so like I said, 10 years ago, back when my mom still worked, her company would give out rewards. And she would get so many rewards, she didn't know what to do with them. So one of the rewards she got was she was able to pick up the Samsung 32-inch video monitor, LED. And she decided to give it to me. So I filmed that unboxing video, and that unboxing video did really well. And back then I lived in an apartment, and I had it in my living room in an apartment. And since then I bought a house, and when I bought a house, I put it here in my bedroom, and I put it up on the wall on a TV stand. And it's not a smart video monitor. And it's kind of funny because shortly after, 10 years ago, they didn't have smart video monitors. But shortly after, that's when the smart video monitors came to market. But I thought this one was so cool because it was LED. But yeah, 10 years, I'm still using it. I kind of have brand loyalty to Samsung. I am building a new computer, and I bought 2 brand new Samsung monitors. That video will be coming out in a couple days probably. Yeah, but it was free, so I didn't have a choice. So this video monitor did develop a problem, and it's funny, when I was looking back on the unboxing video, some guy commented, and I did comment this. So this problem's been going on for over 4 years now. I don't know when exactly it started. It started after I moved into my house, but according to that comment, it's been happening for over 4 years. But when you turn it on for the first time, the image gets messed up. Okay, you see how the image is messed up? And it's like if you're watching something, it's like every other line won't get updated. And now the interesting part is, once this gets warmed up, this goes away and the monitor works great. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight that this did happen. And I have a feeling my limited electronics repairability to video monitors, I have a feeling that it's a ribbon cable going to the display driver and probably has bad solder joints or what have you. But as soon as it heats up, it'll go away. It takes about 5 minutes to go away. Now I have the very first edition Chromecast plugged into the back here in the HDMI, and then into the USB plug on the back of the video monitor. And that's what I use it here in my bedroom. I like to fall asleep with ambient noise, so that's what I usually use the video monitor for with Chromecast. I kind of cast it on my iPad. You see there, it went away. So I cast it on my iPad, and that's how I fall asleep. And sometimes I put the sleep timer on, so it shuts off after I fall asleep. Sometimes I don't, depending, I work night shifts, so I sleep during the day. Sometimes it's good to have ambient noise going on in case your neighbors are being loud or what have you. And this is the first generation Chromecast that first came out. I went out and bought it since I didn't have a smart video monitor, and I used it. I've been using it ever since. But this Chromecast also has developed a very annoying problem. And like I said, I don't actually really watch stuff in my bedroom. I kind of listen to it. But if whatever you're streaming on YouTube, if the image does not change, like for example, let's say you're watching a PowerPoint presentation and it's a PowerPoint image and the image isn't being updated, for some reason the playback will stutter and the audio will stutter. So like a good example is, sometimes I try to fall asleep using, listening to the Bible. And a lot of times when you have those videos on YouTube, they don't have a constant moving image. And when they don't do that, it just constantly stutters, and it's really annoying. But I've just been kind of living with it, just waiting to see if something breaks, and it never did break. But yet, this is the first generation Chromecast. But during Prime Day, I wasn't going to participate in Prime Day, but you're getting those notifications on your phone. One of the notifications was a discount on Fire Sticks. So I thought I would go ahead and buy a Fire Stick to replace this Chromecast to get rid of that stuttering. But then when I was looking at the deals, that Fire Stick was like $22. I noticed that they had a 32-inch smart video monitor for $100. And I thought, well, instead of buying a Fire Stick on something that, who knows how long this video monitor has left, it's 10 years old, I figured I'd just spend the $100 and get the smart video monitor with the Fire Stick built into it, so then I can just cast straight to it. So that's why I decided to buy this new video monitor. So let's go back and actually get to the unboxing. Okay, so now it's time for the unboxing. Surprisingly, it came, even though I bought it off of Amazon, it was distributed and shipped by Best Buy. And even though it was a good deal, $100, it's not the cheapest smart video monitor you can get 32-inch. I noticed Best Buy sells an Insignia brand for $80. But I still thought it was a good deal. Okay, so there's two mounts here, which I'm not going to use since I'm going to hang it. Okay, there it is. Do not press or hit on the screen. And it's funny, it has this energy sticker on it. And when I was watching the unboxing video just now, that Samsung monitor costs $7 a year. This one costs $8 a year. So is this because it's not as efficient, so it costs more money? Or is it more efficient, but after 10 years, the kilowatt hours cost more money, so the energy guide is more expensive? That'd be kind of interesting if you wanted to look into that. But it's probably, I bet you it's more efficient than that Samsung. I bet you it's because the kilowatt hours cost more. Let's see, we got just manuals and a remote and some screws. Okay, so we'll go back there, remove the old video monitor, put this one in, and hopefully the brackets will line up. I think that's all universal. We shall see. Okay, this might be the last life this video monitor ever sees. Actually, I'm gonna ask my friends if anybody wants it. If not, I'll just put it by the road. And the area where I live, we have a lot of people take stuff by the road, so I know it'll be gone pretty quickly. I wonder if this has one of those. I don't think it does. The bigger TVs, the mount, you put the bracket on the back of the TV and then it goes up. But the smaller TVs, they only have 4 screws anyway. I guess I could tell a story while I'm doing this. I have a funny story about it's on the TV. I was at work. We had this female supervisor that was book smart. She was a mechanical engineer. And we're hanging this, I would say probably like a 50-inch LCD screen. We're replacing it. We're taking the old one down. It went bad and we're hanging a new one. So it was one of those ones where you put the bracket on the TV, then you hang the bracket. Well, we put the bracket on the TV, and she, being all book smart, asked what we were going to torque the bolts to, or the screws to. And we said we weren't going to torque them. Well, she's like, well, we got to make sure this thing's not going to fall on anybody. So she's like, let me go and find what the torque spec is for those screws. Because apparently there's a standard torque spec for like some kind of chart that depending on what screw you're using, there's a torque spec for it. So she came back, she told us the torque spec. We went through all this trouble getting torque wrenches and stuff. And we go to start torquing down the bolts. Now, keep in mind, those screws pretty much go into like metal inserts into the plastic. And the first one we go to torque down, it snaps the insert out of the back of that screen. And so she's there, micromanaging us. And we're like, we just snapped the insert out of the back of the screen. And this one, the bigger TVs have probably 8 mounting points, I would say. It's like a long bracket. And she went and told us, well, go and try another one. So we tried another one, and the torque she gave us was way too high. And it snapped another one on the back of the screen. Oh yeah, so after we snapped the second one, she's like, okay, in that case, just put them hand tight. So it ended up, she wanted to be all safe. It ended up, we ended up hanging that screen with 2 less anchors because we were snapping it off just because we had to, we had to have the torque spec on it. And then after all that, she made us torque stripe the bolts to make sure they didn't back out. Even though the way it was hung, there's no way you would ever inspect that. I don't know, but that's an example of book smart. Okay, it's all hung. Or hold on, maybe it is. It's barely not long enough. Yeah, the cord's barely long enough. I mean, I could plug it in there, but it'd be tight as a banjo. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to do it. Okay, so I went out to my shop and I had this white fixture cord that I thought would look perfect, that I could hide it in the coming up the crest of the wall, but I don't have the right ends and I don't want to go out to the hardware store to get the right ends. So I just went through the junk I had and I was able to make up this cord. So I'm going to make an extension, but also we got to do a little ASMR. So let me zoom you in here, and I'll put the microphone up here. Seems there is a plastic layer on this bottom bezel. Okay, there we go. So let's plug her in. Okay, here's the remote. Okay, well, I put in my wireless network. It found it right away. Sometimes that Chromecast wouldn't find my network and I would have to reset it, but it found the network right away. And of course, it's doing the dreaded software update. Okay, so it's finally done updating, but you have two experiences, full and basic. And I would like to do basic, but YouTube is not included in basic. It's included in full. And so you had to sign into your Amazon account. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, so I decided to try basic because basic just limits you to 5 apps, so you get to choose what apps. So instead of logging into my Amazon account, I went back, chose basic, and then I just downloaded YouTube. And it shows. It just showed up on my cast. Okay, and we just went full circle. So once I download the YouTube app, it shows up as a regular casting device, just like my Chromecast. So that's how I'll use it. And yeah, that'll be all for this video. We'll see if I can get 10 years out of this, just like I got 10 years out of the last one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.